Hello. And hey Dee, how are you? Happy Monday. I was ready to say happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see what we have for tonight. Something pretty simple. And I am going to use the Hearts and Hugs stamp set tonight. I think I'm going to use this little guy and this little guy. I think they're really cute. And the sentiments are perfect for that 2 3/4 by 3/4 inch um, sentiment label that I had mentioned, right? So for tonight's card, we needed an 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is actually Pool Party. I haven't used Pool Party in a pretty long time. And then we needed another piece of cardstock. It could have been coordinating, and this actually is, and it needs to be 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I said to use some DSP, and I actually chose, hey Do, hey Liara, the Thoughtful Journey. I believe that's what the name of this is. And this is 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. And I chose this piece actually because of the pool party on the end. Hey Margaret. Then you needed 2 coordinating cardstocks. And I chose again the pool party. I kept it pretty basic, and we needed 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then 2 pieces of basic white, 1 5/8 by 1 5/8, and then, like I said, our sentiment piece that's 2 3/4 by 3/4, and then for the inside, which I don't even know what I'm going to do yet, 5 1/4 by 4, and 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. 3 7/8. All right. So that's the inside. Let me just clean my glasses here. I have a smudge. So I hope everybody's doing well. Temperature. Hey, Louise. The temperature has changed dramatically here in Pennsylvania. All right. So very, very simple card. These 2 pieces, let's see if if that is a pencil mark, and it is. But I think it'll cover up with the PR pieces. So what we're going to do is we are going to adhere our designer series paper to the piece of cardstock. Hopefully my glue is going to work. I should always check this before I go live, huh? It seems like my glue, I don't keep the lid on, so it's always clogged. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Today I was so tired. I don't know why. Story of my life, I guess. All right, so we are going to just adhere this together, making sure that it's on there pretty even, and you have a nice edge around the design. Hey, Kathy. Around your designer series paper. Then we're going to pull in our card base, and you're going to center it on the front. You can either adhere it down with glue, or you can pop it up. I'm going to adhere mine down because I think what I'm going to do is pop up our little squares. So I don't want the card to be too bulky. because I want to be a little mindful of postage when it comes to our cards, right? So there is the front of our card so far. And then we have our squares. So I'm going to pop mine up, but we're going to hold off on that for a second. And we are going to pull out our stamps. Like I said, I'm going to use, I believe he's a hamster. I'm going to say he's a hamster. Let me just get his little middle out. And let's put him on a block. Yeah, he looks like a little hamster, doesn't he? And then I'm going to grab the little mouse. And I actually wish they were photopolymer instead of cling. Because you really can't, unless I put the stickers on the back, you can't see what you're stamping. All right, so let's get him on. Make sure he's on here pretty straight. All right. I'm going to move my card base out for a second, and I'm going to get our two little squares. Now, for these squares, this is what we are going to stamp our image on. Now, do we want to do them in Memento, or do we want to do them in a light color? It depends on if you want them to stand out really a lot, or you want to just have them subtle. And I think I'll do them in Memento. And I'm going to do the little mouse first. And I just want to get an idea of where his ears are. Just so I know, I'm going to just mark this. Just so I can see where his little ears start. Because where the square is so little, I want to make sure I get a good amount of the mouse on this. Oh, and he'll fit. Look at that. He'll fit perfect. So I'm just going to stamp him right on that square. He's so cute, isn't he? Now I know he's not going to fit. So we're just going to make sure we get the top of his body. And I'll stamp him. And I think I did it wrong. He's off just a little bit. But that's okay. All right, so there's our little hamster, I'm assuming, and our little mouse. So I'm going to have to color. So let's we'll start with his nose and the inside of his ear. And then we'll do that heart. And I'm going to do it in Poppy Parade so it's not too dark. So I'm going to get his heart. So you guys can stamp your image. And if it's an image that needs to be colored, you can color it now. So this is Light Poppy Parade. And I'm just doing the heart. And then I'm going to grab the Dark Poppy Parade. And I'm just going to come under his hands just to darken that up. I'm going to do it under his chin. All right, just so it's a little bit darker. Hey, Karen. Thank you. Yeah, I like this color too. It's actually like I don't even know. It's a black underlay with sparkly, I don't even know if it's red. It's almost like a rusty color. All right, so now I don't want the mouse to be too dark. So we're going to grab a nice light gray. Let's see, what color is this? Light gray granite. Let's just see what this color is. I like to check. And that's a really good light color. So this is light gray granite. And we're going to color this mouse in. And I'm going to do him all in the light gray granite. And then we can always add a bit of shadows. All right, so let's get his body and his little feet. We're going to keep it really simple. There's no need to go crazy. So did everybody get their mini catalog? I haven't really. I've looked at it quick. I've had just too many things happening that I really I haven't even ordered from it, believe it or not. I didn't even do a pre-order, which is odd for me. I usually always order, but I did not do it this time. All right, so I'm going to grab just some dark gray granite, and I'm just going to add just a bit of shadows, just to give them a little bit of color. All right, and there's our little mouse. Just really quick and easy. Yeah, it does look like a bow tie, doesn't it? But it's a little heart. All right, so now that he is colored, I'm just going to grab our pool party square, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I don't want to put too much because I don't want to see it through the layer, right? And we're going to add him to this square. And he looks perfect, right? All right, now the little, like I said, I'm going to call him a hamster. I'm going to grab that bubble bath again, and I'm going to do inside his ears. I'm going to do his nose, and I'm just going to give him some some pink cheeks, okay? And again, I don't want him very dark, so I'm going to grab some ivory as my base. And we're just going to color him in ivory first. I'm going to go over the edges of the bubble bath for his cheeks. Let's get his little hands. And we're going to just quick color in his body. So again, nothing fussy. You don't have to worry about lines on him because he has fur, right? So he's just colored really quickly with ivory. And then we're going to color him a little darker. And I'm going to grab some light crumb cake. And, oops, we don't want the brush. And I'm going to just come under his face, do his arms. And I'm just going to do this. I want him to have a little belly. So I'm just going to come around and just get a circle on there, right? And then we're going to just go around his cheeks. Just doing it quick, and I'm going to come back with the light crumb cake again. That was light crumb cake. The dark crumb cake, I'm just going to add a bit of dark around his nose, under his face, under his arms. And then I'm going to go back with the light. And I'm just going to add some more, just to blend that out a little bit. Come around the outside. Okay. I'm going to bring this in a little bit more. And I know it looks crazy, but we're just going to add some more color. All right. And then I'm going to grab that ivory again. And with the brush, I'm just going, oh, and my ivory brush is a mess. I'm just going to go over and scribble over the whole thing. All right, so now he is a chubby little hamster, and he'll dry a little bit. He's still very wet as I put a few different coats on. I'm going to add some glue, and we're going to adhere him to our square. So is everybody with me so far? All right. So there's our little images for the front of our card. Okay. All right. So now let's pull in our card base, and we're going to add our, my fingers must have been dirty. I am going to add my images to, let me just see if I can find my other eraser. Oh, here it is. My fingers must have been dirty. It is, look. Dagnabbit. All right. All right, so we're going to put these on, and we have to remember we have our sentiment. And our sentiment is going to go right about here. And I want to add a ribbon, and I did not pull one out. Let's see if I have a ribbon here. Here we go. Here's the ribbon. This is pool party. Is this pool party? Yes, it is. All right, so our sentiment is going to go right about there. And I'm going to have a bow. So I am going to put him right about here. And then him right about here. And our sentiment is going to go right here. Okay, so we're going to pop these little guys up. I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and let's add some dimensionals to the back. All right, so where did I say? Right about here. All right, and then we'll grab our little mouse. And add our dimensionals. Let's see. I want this about here. So I'll put the mouse right about there. All right. And we do have, I don't really like the colors here. I have some off-white pearls. I think we'll use those. And I'm actually going to put one here. Cover up that spot. And I'll put one there for right now. And we'll put that aside. And we need to get a sentiment. So I can use sending a big hug. I could just hug you, sending birthday hugs. I guess we can do, I could just hug you. And I'm actually going to put on my blocks need to be done again. I am going to put the sticker on the sentiment. It's usually the only time I use these stickers is for the sentiment. And I put it on my block. And I'm going to grab the I could just hug you. Okay, now we want to make sure, here's the I. So I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to grab my block and line it up So it should be on there pretty straight, hopefully. Let's grab that memento. I'm going to put it right about here. Okay. And I'm going to turn it over and add some more dimensionals. We'll put them right here, and I'm only going to do, let's do one more. Actually, let's do a little one on this end so it doesn't interfere with our squares. All right. And I said I wanted it, I want to hide that spot. So let's put it right about here. Make sure it's on there straight. And then let's grab some ribbon. A bow always makes everything look so much nicer. Just gonna cut that end off. It's a little wrinkled. And we're just gonna tie a quick bow. I just want to remind everybody that this month's craft box has been posted. You have a few days to register for that class. And I did Halloween, and I know not everybody are fans of Halloween. So instead of doing the traditional orange and black and yellow, I did them a little fun. So if you haven't seen them, check out the post in my group and you can see them because they're just a little bit different than the traditional Halloween. All right, let's grab a glue dot. I'm going to add my bow right there. I'm going to put it sideways. All right, so how cute is that? Just really quick and easy. Now for the inside, we have our 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I'm actually going to grab the little hearts from in here. Let's grab a block, see what they look like. All right, and I'm going to get some real red. And all I'm going to do is stamp the hearts in the corners. This way there's lots of space for you to write a nice message inside, right? Let's grab that matte layer. And where is my seal? Here it is. So I'm going to add some seal. Add this to the layer. So if you need, this would be a great design even for Christmas cards. And instead of doing the little animals, you could do something Christmassy. I know there is another new stamp set. Let me see if I have it here. So if you wanted to do this in red and green, the Winterly Treetops has this cute little bird. You can make your squares a little bigger, right? Or you could do the sprigs. You could write your sentiment. It'd be quick and easy. So there we go. Just a quick and easy card. Perfect for those birthdays. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Louise. So there you go. So everybody, take these measurements, put your own spin on it, post it in our group. Yeah, they are cute little guys, aren't they? Post it to our group, and next week I will choose a random winner. Ah, you're welcome, Karen. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you. Thanks, Margaret. I'll see everybody on Thursday right here at 7 o'clock. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. So have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for taking the time to join me. Have a great night. Bye bye.